You can say what you want about me being a single mother or a baby mama, if you will, and trust me, I have heard it all. I once had a girl in college tell me that we were not the same because I was pregnant and set to be a baby mom, and she was engaged and set to be a wife, and she had the ring to prove it, and there was a reason for that. And I think about that girl often. According to Facebook, I think she's like 3 kids deep now. I just want her to know if she's watching this. While your kids are in your house tearing it up and getting on your nerves, you're going to be doing laundry every 5 minutes and the dishes the other 10. And that man is sitting on your Ashley furniture couch putting a dent in it and sucking up all your O2. My kiddo's going to be in Florida living her best life all summer. And I'm going to be here in my house on an acre that's clean and quiet for 4 whole months. And with all my extra disposable income because I only have 1 kid, I'm going to be jet setting on a flight every other weekend, living my best life. And yeah, I'm not married yet, but I do have somebody that comes over and sluts me out whenever I want him to. He leaves with a pocket full of snacks. I leave happy, and we don't talk other than that, and I'm very okay with that. Nobody getting on my nerves and leaving socks next to the dirty hamper, even though it's right there. But, I hope your life is as charmed as mine. I hope that ring is real snug.
And I think our biggest problem is with Black women today is that we have been programmed by society, the women in our community, the Vivica Foxes, the Claudia Jordans, these old women who prioritize their career and then they're by themselves to make you think you have all the time in the world to do whatever you want to do and then find a man. And as you can see, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. You should have found your man back in the day. Vivica Fox was married and stayed with him because the actors and actresses who got together when they was young, they still together. Denzel and his wife still together. Viola Davis and her husband still together. What's the other lady name? Angela Bassett and her husband still together. They did it when they were young. And they made it work because they were building together. We're not coming in with ego. I'm not coming in with my millions when you want your millions. We are not letting go of our ego. So when you do when you're young, it works so much better. But we, again, teach our girls to not prioritize a man, which I'm not saying that you necessarily should prioritize a man when you're 18 years old. That's not what I'm saying. But I think that I'm a mom. I have no problem saying that I'm raising my daughter to be a wife. And I have no problem saying that I would love for her to meet her husband in college. Because again, as I said, where will we be as Black women ever in this world where there would be thousands and thousands of people in one place ever in life again, where you have full access to, not full, but you have so much access to these people, men of all race, backgrounds, cultures. You will never get that anywhere else other than going to college. Like, so why not maximize on that? Why not? It's like you set yourself up in the right position, carry yourself well, look good. You got like all these options. You know what I'm saying? All these options. But a lot of times we think, oh, I'm gonna just go to the parties. I ain't got time to settle with no man. Blah blah. Men gonna hold us back. Girl, you got pregnant. That's why you got held back. You should never got pregnant. Because a lot of Black women go to college and get pregnant. So as she said in that video, we mean business. No, we don't. No, we don't. No, ma'am. No, we don't. No, we don't. You know? Everybody over sexualized and it's easy access. Anybody can escape the program. Yeah, that's true. That is true. You are what you attract. I want Black women to realize that. You are what you attract. So if you are attracting a certain type of man, ask yourself, or a certain type of men, what about me says that? What about me gives whatever I don't like about you? Because there's something about you that makes him think he has a chance. Because I believe that men are not as delusional as women. They understand rejection and they don't have no problem being rejected. But I do believe that men, certain men, know who's out their league. And they won't even try. But if you outside looking a mess, acting a mess, with your whole behind hanging out, why would I not try? You think you give respect yourself? No, you don't give that. So I'm gonna try it. And yeah, you thinking, oh, why would he ever try me? Because look at what you got on. Look at who you hang with. Look at your friends. So you give low caliber, ratchet, ghetto, nasty. There are good men out here, Black women, for us. There are. We just don't want the good men. The men that want you, you don't want him. The man who would marry you, you don't want him. Because you were also raised to think that you got to have the man with all the money. And if he don't got all the money, he ain't the man for you. Why does he need all the money? Black men also don't want to marry us because we got a whole bunch of damn kids. I don't want to marry you and take care of all them damn kids. It's too many of us with kids. So I gotta deal with you and all your baby daddies? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I gotta deal with your entitlement to think that I gotta deal with you and all your kids and take care of you and all your kids. That makes you also less desired for marriage. You understand what I'm saying? So we got to think about when we get into these conversations around how men are choosing what women do they decide to date or not date. There's a lot of factors. You don't want the men who will willingly take care of you and your kids. You don't want him. You want a man that's out your league that you ain't never going to get. The man who don't want you. The man who doesn't desire you. But the man who does desire you, he's corny, he's boring, he don't got enough money, he don't got enough swag. Girl, what? Do you want a family or do you not? Do you want a family or do you not? As I said, Black women, we gotta let go of our ego and we gotta get off this high horse of our careers or everything. Your career is not everything. You're gonna have to make a choice. You're gonna have to make a choice. You can't be everywhere. And a man wants to be a provider. You want a provider, so we say. But you won't allow him to be that because you trying to do it all. Or you want a man to wait for you to be done with your PhD when you hit 35. I don't want you at 35. Like, we don't have all this time. And Black women, we think we have all this time. We don't. We don't have all this time to just play around and use up our bodies and mistreat our bodies. We don't have all this time. We have to realize that getting together with a man while you are young is so much better, in my opinion, than trying to do it when you're older. I promise you. It's so much better. But again, we don't want to build. We don't want to work together. We don't want to be partners. And that's a problem. That's a problem. Honestly, like, how do we fix this? How can we fix it if we as women don't want to do anything to change anything? Because in case you didn't know this, ladies, Black women in it that are here watching, the man decides if he's going to marry you or not, right? He's the one who typically, proposes and sees the potential in you and wanting to marry you, right? But he has to see you as a wife even before he decides that you are his wife. He has to see you as a wife. He has to see that you have the qualities of a wife, the compassion, the support, and what women of other races might have is just that support. That support is something that is unmatched. It is unmatched. It is really hard sometimes to find someone who really supports your dreams, who really is there to just ride it out with you, go through hard times with you. And Black women, we don't want to have no hardships. We don't want to go say the vows richer for poor, because we don't want to do that. You're delusional. You're delusional. You're delusional to think that life is going to be perfect. Marriage is going to be perfect. But a man wants to know that he has a woman that ain't going to run away from him when times get hard. And we've been taught to run. We've been taught to run. But all the women who ran, look at them, by themselves. By themselves, still. Ain't nobody ever chase after them. After they ran from that last man, ain't nobody chase after them. So you need to be very, very mindful that when you decide to run, then someone might not ever chase you again. So was it worth running away when it got hard? Or should you have decided to work it out? When you're 21, 22, like I said, Black women, we think, oh, I don't gotta worry about no marriage, no man. I'm young, I'm out here getting it, I'm vacationing. Why can't you vacation with your husband, your boyfriend, fiance? Why can't you can do that? You can have a man. For me, I feel like Black women have this idea that we've been raised to think that men are the problem and they hold us back. No, it's not. It don't be men. It be your friends. Black women are undesired for marriage by Black men or men in general because of their miserable friends that make them do some of the most outlandish things. It's your friends, if we're being all the way honest, y'all. It's these women. These women are also affecting you from being where you want to be in your love life because they set you up to do the most foolish, outlandish, embarrassing, disgusting, degenerative things in public, on social media. They'll tell you things to say to that man, the man that you're dating, that you like. He might have pissed you off a little bit. You tell your girlfriend and she gave you the worst advice ever. And from that point on, you ruin it. From that point on, you ruin it because you listen to her. Her single, no man having, ain't never have a man having behind. Now you ain't got no man. All because you listen to her. So I want you to be very mindful that your friends, I think our friends, yo, we might have to talk, bring that up a little bit more. That these friends are also making you undesired for marriage. It's your friends. It's these friends, y'all. We're gonna add them. The friends might trump the mamas. Friends might trump mamas now, y'all. Friends, TikTok, and then your mama.